Welcome back to the True Territory podcast. I am your host, True.
It's your boy Deetz in the building. What it do?
Hey, Ant-Man, Superman, Spider-Man, Wolves and Five. How about them Lakers, boy? I'm enjoying every one bit of this, man. You're a Lakers fan, and I love seeing Lakers fans mad. So,
Lakers in three.
huh?
Like, hold on. Lakers in three.
Cancun on
Like
three, baby.
Laker in the third seed. Lakers in the first round playoff. Cancun on three.
Yeah, there you go.
Weather Nets.
Well, we getting that Cooper flag, baby. It's all
Weather
good.
Nets.
It's all good, baby.
Nah, you're not getting nobody.
I'd rather
Stop.
be I'd rather miss the playoffs than be a first round exit. Anyways, let's you know what we'll save that talk for later because definitely have a lot to say about that one. But the NFL draft happened. I know we're a week late. It's all right. NFL draft happened, and it's not a very eventful draft. I think I'm a big football guy as much as I am a basketball guy, and the NFL draft this year was underwhelming in terms of prospects. I know most of the prospects, and there's gonna be some really good players, but outside of Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, I mean, you just get there's good prospects for sure, but it just wasn't. It's not elite talent as in previous drafts. But let's talk about the draft, man. Let's start at the very beginning. Deets, how do you feel about Cam Ward being the first overall pick?
Not surprised. Everybody said that Cam Ward's gonna be first pick. So I'm not gonna be like, okay, yeah. I'm not surprised. Everybody knew about it. I'm okay with it.
Or do you think he's gonna lead Tennessee to, you know,
Not this year.
or
Not
like?
like this upcoming. I don't know. It depends on what they have. I mean, they only have a good running back. That's all they have,
But I mean,
right?
the Titans.
A
Not,
decent running back. I'm not saying they have Derrick Henry. They have somebody that was from the Cowboys, and he did pretty good this season compared to what he did with the Cowboys. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. But there's nothing the Titans gonna do besides building him up.
yeah, but I think an NFL team is only as good as your quarterback takes you. We saw that last year with Jaden Daniels. Commanders were a surprise team because Jaden Daniels had an elite year. So do you think Cam Ward can have that same impact? Even though the Titans are still a rebuilding team, they still have a lot. You're right. They still have a lot of stuff to do. But if your quarterback is really good, then that's a big jump. You know what I'm saying? So do you think Cam Ward could have an impact year one? I think he'll be good quarterback in like 10, 15 years from now. He's gonna be a really good quarterback. But in year one, do you think he can get this ship back up, or do you think it's gonna take some time?
Nah, it's gonna take some time. It's not like okay. The reason why the Commander did good is because they got Scary Terry. They have a good running back in the backfield, and they had like additional like they swapped a lot of additional receivers. So like, and they had like all top defensive ends and tackle. So like that was the LSU's quarterback situation. Cam Ward. It's not the same situation as the Commanders. So it depends on the receivers he has. Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. Um, sorry, I just sent out a hate Ben Simmons tweet and people responded. Anyways, no, yeah, um, I get the comparison. I do. But I think Cam Ward is that special of a talent to kind of win the Titans some games. And I'm not saying they can make the because Commanders went to the championship game. I don't think Titans gonna make it to the championship game. And you're right, Commanders had Scary Terry and they had really good running backs, like receivers, and the Titans just at this point do not. But all in all, I just think both me and you in agreement. I think Cam Ward is deserving to be that number one pick. I think he'll have some really good years at Titans. Maybe not this year, but down the line, he's gonna be a really good quarterback. He's gonna be a franchise quarterback for them, to build around them. So, um, what other draft news? because again, nothing this year was surprising outside of Travis Hunter and Cam Ward.
I was surprised with the Jacksonville Jaguars trading up for Travis Hunter, to be honest with you.
Mm.
Right? I thought Cleveland Browns going to take him or Shedeur or whatever the case may be. Right? So the thing is, I really thought that they were going to draft one of those two. But at the end, Jaguars like steal the show and drafted Travis Hunter. So
Yeah, that's a good point. I thought, I'll just piggyback off that. I think the Jaguars they traded up for him. They gave a price, but Travis Hunter is generational. Obviously we don't know you and I know he could play both positions, and he's elite at both positions. So they're getting a really great guy for Trevor Lawrence and their defense, which is very rare. But the Browns, you know, they missed out on him. He's a generational prospect, but I thought they got a great trade, and they went a few spots down. They took Mason Graham from Michigan, one of the best defense players in the draft. So they still got somebody really good. But just to piggyback off of that, the Browns had a weird draft. They started off great. They traded back with Jacksonville. They got a lot of picks. They got very good picks. They moved down. They still picked a good play in the first round, and then later on, it just got weird. They took Dylan Gabriel, quarterback from Oregon, in the third round with a top 100 pick, and 2 rounds later, they took Shedeur Sanders. So you
that
took two college quarterbacks. One third, and mind you, Shedeur is better than the guy Dylan Gabriel, who they took in the third round, the top 100 pick. Shedeur is better than him. You could have got Shedeur there, and then fifth, and then the pick you used for Shedeur, you could have got somebody else. They picked two rookie quarterbacks. What's the plan
yeah,
there? So that's where it got weird for me. It's like, what's the plan there? Like, I like them taking Shedeur, I do, but you took you wasted a top 100 pick on a quarterback already. So now you have two rookie quarterbacks in the same. What are you gonna do?
here's the thing. What I'm gonna say. I believe that the Browns screwed up this draft so badly
Yeah.
in terms of like everything. Um, Let me look at the college football schedule for 2025, right? They had the playoffs going, yeah? In 20 No, 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 that's wrong. Hold on. College football playoffs. Let me pull that up. Was Oregon in there?
I'm not sure.
Yes, yes, Oregon was in there. So like, yeah, he brought his team to the championship game, like to the college playoffs. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing you could really do about it, right? So I think they just went for like, hey, let's pick up Dylan Brooks because he went to the playoffs.
Dylan
But
Gabriel. Dylan Brooks is a basketball player. You said Dylan
whatever,
Brooks.
Dylan Gabriel, Dylan Gabriel, right? Oregon. I don't know what he does. I mean, I know
I think
he's a
he's not a good
QB.
quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. I think he had a good college career, but for an NFL quarterback, I just don't think he's good. And he's pretty old. Like, if you could check his age, but he's pretty old for a rookie quarterback, which I don't like at all. My rookie quarterbacks for them to be old. If you could clarify, if you could check his age.
He's he's only 24.
Yeah, he's 24, going to his first year of college.
First year of college or for first
First
year
year,
of
I'm sorry, first year
NFL.
of NFL. He's 24 years old. I think Trevor Lawrence is still. Trevor Lawrence has been in the league for 3 years, and he's still younger than him. I just don't like college people who've been in the college for that long. There's a lot of people that's younger than him that are still playing, and this is his first year. He's older than all of them. I just don't like older quarterbacks going to the first year going to the first year of football. How old is Trevor Lawrence?
25.
But this is his fourth year.
I know, but he's been
Dylan
playing
Gibbs
in
first. He's 24.
Yeah, but he's been playing in with Clemson for his whole life. He was a starter after Deshaun Watson left,
No, I
right?
know, but he
But
came to the
like,
college. He came to football at 21 years old. Dylan Gibbs coming to football at 24 years old in NFL. I just don't like older quarterbacks coming into their rookie year. Like, he's still young in theory. He's 24 years old, still young. But in NFL years, like, a lot of these people enter in 20, 21, 22, not 24, man. So that scares me a lot. I just that's something that's a fact I don't like with college players. Like, why are you entering the draft at a because by the time his rookie contract ends, rookie contract, mind you, is like 4 years. By the time his rookie contract ends, by the time his first contract ends, he's gonna be 28. Like, a lot of these people get their second contracts when they're 23, but that's another story. But yeah, like the main point, bring it back to instead of talking about his age. Um, the Browns had a weird draft, man, and again, I love the Shedeur pick. I don't like taking two rookie quarterbacks. I don't know what the deal is with that. I think Shedeur will be the starter there, this season at some point, because now the quarterback room is Kenny Pickett, who's bad, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and then Joe Flacco. So Shedeur has a really good shot to be that starting quarterback the first game of the season. It'll probably be Joe Flacco just because he's a vet. But I don't understand the plan for the Browns. You know, and they still have Deshaun Watson there, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But they have a very weird draft. I think they got the good guy Shedeur, but other than that, it was just weird.
Okay, here's the thing about this, right? The only thing I didn't like about the NFL and half these rookies, right? The rookies, they're asking like, retired players, yo, can I wear your number? We're seeing this with Abdul Carter, right? We're seeing this with Cam Ward, which he got the number with Warren Moon.
Mm-hmm.
But Abdul Carter got rejected twice, right? One by the greatest linebacker of all times, Lawrence Taylor, and he said, "No, I'm not gonna give you my number. Go make your own number. Make it great." Which was like LT's response, like, well, yeah. And then Phil Sims was like, "Yeah, we could definitely give you number 11," and his family was like, "No, you're not getting this number." So like, why you want LT's number and then Phil Sims? Like, just get a random number. Wear number 12 if you want.
Yeah. I guess because that he just wore that jersey, like that's him right there, his whole career. But I'm with you. Like, go get a new number. I mean, create your own legacy, not be tied with Lawrence Taylor or anybody else. Speaking of Michael Parsons, though, I'm sorry. Speaking of Abdul Carter, because you just brought him up, I thought that the Giants got a great one. This guy he's Michael Parsons 2.0, and the Giants are gonna have fun with him. Um, yeah. Outside
Oh yeah.
of yeah.
Also, with the Shedeur Sanders situation that happened for 3 days straight, that was ridiculous. It was bull crap. You know that for sure. I feel like Shedeur Sanders should have been first round or late, like, or early second round draft pick. The Giants pick up the Mississippi quarterback, and then the Saints pick up some dude from Louisville.
And
Like,
speaking of, yeah, that my bad.
hey,
Go ahead.
and the way he throws the ball in Louisville, who the fuck picks up that dude? Like, from Louisville. Like, no disrespect to you, like, you play D1. But like, if I was a Saint, I would have picked up Shedeur Sanders. He would have been a great fit for your team. You have Alvin Kamara. You have the receiving core still a little bit. I don't know if uh who's the guy that always gets a head concussion?
Olave.
I don't know if Olave is gonna really play, but no disrespect, like that's a serious injury. Like, you gotta think about it. But like, who the heck is who whose right mind is it to not draft Shedeur Sanders? And the reason being is because of his father's. It's
Well,
just disrespectful.
so yeah, two things. One, I do agree that Shador should have went way earlier than what but I think that Shador, they're horrible in preparation for the draft. And I'm a big Shador guy, but just reading everything about him, this guy reportedly now, but and it makes sense to why he dropped so bad. This guy was apparently a douche in interviews and preparation for the draft. The stuff coming up prior before the draft. Shador didn't handle everything professional as well in terms of interviews, in terms of just his character, and that's why I think the Saints, that would have been a great fit. But then reports came out, Saints didn't like Shador. They just they don't think he's a leader, and that's the knock on him, right? That's why Giants passed on him. That's why Giants took the kid Dart from Mississippi over Shedeur. They think Dart has leadership. In report, Dable, the Giants head coach Brian Dable, and Shedeur just Dable didn't like what Shedeur said in the interview, something like that. But basically, Shedeur just bad in interviews, which is a big thing in preparation to get drafted. You have to be a really good talker. Like you have to show them you're good, especially as a quarterback. Now, granted, we don't know if this is true or not, but this is going off reports. But I mean, there was only three teams that could have drafted four teams. Sorry, that could have drafted Shedeur: Cleveland, the Giants, the Raiders, and the um, Cleveland, Giants, Raiders, Saints. And
Okay,
then
let me ask you this.
four, and then all those teams, and my bad, and the Steelers, five teams, the Steelers. So there's only five teams that realistically could have drafted him. So like I see people saying, "Oh, all these teams passing on Shedeur is gonna regret it." I'm like, it was only five teams that was really good for Shedeur. So
No, but like they pick up Howard, which was reported. Everybody was reporting, like, yeah, they're gonna pick up the Ohio State kid, but
he's
he
good.
went late. He's good, but he went later in the round.
Yeah, he still has some work to do. I think Shador is better than him, but Will Howard again. This is all down to leadership, and people don't think Shador is a leader, which I don't agree with. But
And here's the thing. Let me tell you. Let me say this. Let's say I have zero experience, but I'm a great talker, a great fucking talker. And then let's say, for example, you have 5 years experience of work, right? 5 years, and you don't know how to talk in the interview. Who do you really think the interview person gonna pick? To be honest, the guy that has zero experience, that's a great talker, like you could talk his ass off, or the person with the 5 years experience.
well, it depends. It depends on who you are. So like I use this comparison too to Shador. Like you could be this horrible talker or this bad interviewer if you're freaking very good. Like a person who Baker Mayfield was a douche in college. Johnny Manziel was a jerk in college, right? But they were both first round. Baker Mayfield was the first pick. You know why? Because they were freaking good. But Shador, he he wasn't the best quarterback in the class, bro. He was not the best quarterback in the class. So,
He was number two.
no, but he's not the best quarterback in the class. In a
Stop.
weak quarterback class, mind you. Like Cam Ward, I think he has all. Cam Ward in this year deserves to be the number one pick. And the prior years, Cam Ward is not supposed to be. He's not worthy of a top 10 pick, right? This is a weak quarterback class. Baker Mayfield won. Baker Mayfield, he won the Heisman. Johnny Manziel won the Heisman. So those guys deserve, even though they're douches and they're jerks, they performed crazy in college and they won a lot of games. Shador didn't.
Yo,
You just-
Johnny Manziel was partying his ass off
I
with
know.
Texas A&M,
I know.
and they still Cleveland Brown drafted him at number one.
I know, but Johnny Manziel was a dog in college. Like this guy was a dog.
And-
Even though,
and
but that's the thing. But that's to answer your question. Would you rather zero experience or whatever you said? That's the thing. Is like, some of these guys there's guys that have talked horribly or like interviewed were a douche, but they were freaking very good. That's the comparison. But yeah. Anything you want to say add into the draft before we go into the NBA, which I think we can spend a lot of time on?
Fuck the Giants.
Let's go into the NBA, man, and we'll go series by series. The Warriors and Rockets is the only series left. We'll talk about that as well. Game 7 tomorrow, and then we go to the second round. But let's start off slow real quick. We can give our quick thoughts on the series. Let's start in the West. Thunder versus Grizzlies. Thunder sweep. I don't think we got to talk about that series at all. That was a no-show from the Grizzlies. John Morant gave us a great game in Game 3, but then he went down he missed. He went down with the injury. Then he was out for the playoffs. But Thunder sweep.
Let me
But-
say one thing.
Yeah.
All right, for games 3 and 4-0, right? For games 3 and 4, right? Grizzlies lost by 2. Grizzlies lost by 5. No, 6. For games 3 and 4, it's pretty close game. So now the only concern I have with OKC is what are they doing? If they swept the Grizzlies, okay, great job. But now you're going to tougher opponents like the Timberwolves, you think that's gonna be like okay for OKC to like not win the away games?
I think
Like
that yeah,
like because Shea's the MVP candidate. Excuse me. They should be blowing the Grizzlies out like for game one and two.
do you think? Well, I think first of all, I think Grizzlies even though the Grizzlies are eighth seed, I think they're still a good team. Um, I just think it's the Thunder like we don't gotta try against these guys. Like not saying they don't have to try, but we don't have to give our full effort. Because Shea wasn't good at this series. He wasn't good. He didn't shoot the best. Like he wasn't the Shea that we know. But the Thunder role players really stepped up. But I just think the Thunder they swept them, and like you said, Game 3 and Game 4 were very 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 close. But I just think it was a matter of the Thunder just not trying 100% because like they know, like you said, they have tougher opponents next round. We'll talk about this series later, or in a couple minutes. The Nuggets beat the Clippers. They'll be playing the Nuggets in the second round, so that's a tougher opponent. So I think that's where you see the Thunder will turn up, because they have to, right? So I think that the Memphis are easier team, so they were like, we don't have to give our full 100% against them because it's a long playoffs. It's only the first round. But credit to them, they swept them. They did what they're supposed to do. So yeah, I don't think we could just move on to the next series. We'll save the Rockets Warriors for last for the Western Conference. Let's go to your no. Let's start what happened. Nuggets Clippers game just finished. Game 7 just finished. Nuggets blew them out. Harden did not show up again and get into Game 7. What do you think about that series? And yeah, talk about that one.
Overall, it's a shit show in LA. Okay, it's a shit show. That's all I'm gonna say. Like everybody's like, "Oh, this is the healthy Kawhi we ever seen. And it's gonna be scary. They can't jump. They can't. They're gonna stop the Nuggets. This and that." I told you, Jokic is gonna take care of the business. He wants to go back home and ride his horses. So he's not gonna take this as a joke. And with the whole thing that's going on right now with the Nuggets organization firing their GM and stuff like that, that's pretty bad. Also, a key note to a player that really deserved this: Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook. I think we shit on him so many times, even on this podcast. Like, yeah, he's a bad pickup. I really didn't think he was a bad pickup for the Nuggets. He was an energy, like you need an energy guy, and with Jokic and Russell Westbrook on the same team, like that's destructive. That is really destructive in that in the Nuggets offense and defense. So like the Clippers are like the biggest sore losers ever. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's what she wrote.
Yeah, the Clippers, I thought were gonna somehow pull it off. I thought that some games, moments this season, series, they figured out the Nuggets. They figured out the Nuggets. But I mean the Nuggets, Russell Westbrook, came up big, this series against his former team, and the Clippers. It's another no show from them, and fresh on exit. Um, you know, they could have had this one, man, and I'm just disappointed in them because I like Ty Lue, I like the Clippers, I like their team a lot. Except Ben Simmons, I'm glad he's gone. But yeah, I mean, credits to Denver. I'm not impressed with their performance in the first round, even though they won. There's a lot of times where they look sloppy. They're not the same Denver that we saw a couple years ago in that championship run. They have OKC next round, which I think will be a struggle for them. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Um, I really want to save this one for last. So we're gonna go to the Rockets and Warriors. Rockets and Warriors. Warriors are on the verge of blowing a 3-1 lead. Game 7 is tomorrow.
Again,
Again,
again.
Game 7 is tomorrow. It's in Houston, and I can't wait, man. I want Houston to win so badly. They're just a young team. They fought their tails off, man.
Hold up. I thought you wanted the Warriors to win. You
I
picked
don't,
the Warriors.
No, did I? No.
Yes.
Well,
Listen,
logically.
roll the clip.
No,
Roll the clip.
being
Oh,
realistic, being realistic. I want the Rockets to win, but if I had to pick, no bias, I pick the Warriors because the Warriors are a better team roster wise. They have the best player in the series and Steph Curry. But Rockets, I told you, bro, I'm a part-time Rockets fan, bro, and I want them to win. But I did pick the Warriors to win, just being realistic. Um, but bro, I think the Rockets are gonna win. Like they have all the momentum in the world right now. They won 2 games in a row, and they're at home. Like this, you got the Warriors in the perfect spot. You're at home, Game 7. Everybody's against everybody. Like you have all the momentum of the world right now. Finish it. Let's go tomorrow.
otherwise, Houston, we were gonna have a problem, man. Like I almost had a perfect parlay for my friend. I was like, yo, have Jimmy Butler under the scoring point. He scored 29. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, we could have got like free drinks, but you gotta screw it up.
um, but
But also like, I don't know, like Draymond Green needs to get kicked booted out from the team. He's not doing jack shit. Like, like it's like a war zone going on against the Rockets and the Warriors. Like I don't see Draymond Green like jumping up in the air and then Bangkok somebody in the balls, but I'm seeing somebody else being like the wannabe Draymond Green, and he's liking that shit. So whatever. He should like. I feel like Draymond Green should go to the WWE, right? Same thing with the Isaiah Stewart guy. He should go to the WWE as well. Like they like to fight, so go to WWE and have fun with that. You know. Other than that, if Jimmy Butler loses, I'm not calling him playoff Jimmy like playoff Butler. Okay, so yeah, I'm doubting Jimmy Butler because he's not gonna take the Warriors to the promised land. And it's the Rockets, Shangoon, Fred Van Lee. But yeah, it's going to be war. Game 7. And in whatever Houston stadium they play at or whatever the case may be. But yeah.
um, but I will say there's one man you don't want to play in the Game 7. That's Steph Curry. So Rockets, you're not out the woods yet. Even though it's at home, Steph Curry, we all know he can go off any time. So,
You
but
don't play against LeBron in game 7. Boy,
but
Steph Curry lost in game 7 multiple
so
times.
So he's still a person you don't want to play in Game 7. There's few people you just don't want to see in the Game 7 no matter how they performed. Steph Curry's one of those guys because he can go for 50 on any given night. Same as LeBron, but you can never doubt Curry out. Even though it's in Houston, Rockets, you're not out the woods yet. Finish the job. I'm
I'm
a
down in
Luka.
Curry. I
I'm a
am down in Curry.
I'm not. I'm scared of that dude. Like literally scared of that dude. But that's gonna be a fun one.
Let's talk.
Who do you think are gonna win? Rockets or Warriors tomorrow? I'm
I'm
going Rockets.
sticking. I'm sticking with the Rockets,
Momentum.
logically and emotionally.
Yeah, both. Because before realistically was the Warriors. Now the momentum, gotta go Houston. It's at home. If it was in the Golden State, I probably would have said Warriors, but it's at Houston. Yeah, Rockets should get that one. Let's go, baby. No, yeah, sticking the state, ending the Western Conference. Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Superman, Wolves and Five. Let's go, baby. What I hear, Deetz? What did I hear? I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about you. When the playoffs happen, I picked the Wolves to win this series. I said Wolves. I believe I said Wolves win in 6 or 7. I thought it was gonna be a very close series. But from the NBA people, from social media, from all these different avenues, Lakers in 5, Lakers in 6, Lakers. They have so many guys to throw on Ant. They have so many guys to throw on. But the main difference was who's gonna guard LeBron? Who's gonna guard Luca? Jaden McDaniels? He's gonna stop Luca? Did you see what Luca did to the Timberwolves last year against Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards? It's gonna be the same result. And I always said that, I'm sorry. People said, no, I'm sorry, I'm blanking out. Okay, Lakers didn't have no center, and that was gonna be their downfall. But people somehow still picked the Lakers to beat the Wolves. The Wolves had Naj Reid was amazing this series. Rudy Gobert, a fantastic closeout game in Game 5. 27 points, 24 rebounds. There's nothing he couldn't do. Now, granted, there was nobody guarding him because Lakers centers are very bad. But this whole notion of the Lakers were going to win because Luke and LeBron, you have no center. That was going to be your downfall. Everybody knew that. And it was their downfall. Wolves dominated them, man. Anthony Edwards, what a, I don't know if you saw, but him talking crazy after that Game 5. That's something, Anthony Edwards is, yeah, and the Wolves fans are lucky, man, to have this guy. But Julius Randle, great series. He's looking to get paid. Dante DiVincenzo had a really good series. The Wolves, man, are a scary team. Like, you could never count these guys out. They're tough. They're just dogs, And what an upset! I think this was an upset, even though I think both teams are similar in terms of talent. It was an upset. Everybody counted the Wolves out, and they sent the Lakers home in 5. But you know what? You're the Lakers fan. You can have the floor for the rest of this Lakers Wolves talk. Go ahead.
All right, let me just look at what happened. All right, Jackson Hayes plays game 1. All right, Jackson Hayes plays game 2. Game 3. Lakers. Jackson Hayes plays games 3. Game 4. Jackson Hayes didn't. Oh, he did play game 4. All right, all right, and then game 5. Jackson Hayes didn't play at all in game 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what is the problem with the Lakers? Credit. Here's the thing. I want to give JJ Redick the credit right now. I want to thank you for promoting the Lakers up to the third seed of the Western Conference. I am thankful for the trade that you guys created a whole outburst in social media. What I'm not thankful for is the crappy rotations that's going on. What is this shit? We thought JJ Redick. First off, they would have this Charlotte Hornets center, right? And they traded away Dalton Connect, right? That's his name. Yeah, I'm a true Lakers fan. Well, they would have traded away Dalton Connect for this center in Hornets. I don't know who's this guy. Mark Williams? Something with Williams, yeah? I need you to talk on the mic at least, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Come on, you're a Lakers fan. You should know this. Yeah, Mark Williams.
Yeah, Mark Williams. And after you decline the trade because of his physical health condition, this guy didn't get injured afterwards. Dalton Connect seen less in minutes production playing with the Lakers. What the fuck was this shit? The rotation was bad. JJ Redick did okay during the regular season, but this is a different beast in the playoffs. You just don't play Jackson Hayes for 9 minutes, 4 minutes, 8 minutes, or 6 minutes. You play him for 22 minutes. He was doing all right for that 9 minutes. Let's see. In game 1, we got to go to game 1. And we got to pull up all the stats information. Game 1, right? 8 minutes, 3 rebounds, and 1 point. At least he got 3 rebounds in 8 minutes. True. 8 minutes, 3 rebounds for a center.
Dude,
Would you keep him in the game?
Dude, Jackson Hayes is probably the worst center I've ever seen him play basketball in my life, bro. Don't you dare blame JJ Redick.
I'm gonna blame JJ Redick. It's a horrible rotation. It's a horrible rotation.
What do you want him to do? Yes, Jackson Hayes is a starting center. I disagree with you. I think JJ Redick is a fantastic coach. And
I'm not saying he's not a fantastic coach. During the playoffs, he stinks.
What do you want him to do?
What I want him to do? Play Dalton Connect, at least.
He's
or segmented. Milton wasn't playing that much.
Shake Milton is garbage, bro. Shake
He's a
Milton.
defensive, he has a defensive presence. He could shoot the three ball. Before the trade, he had like a good 40%. And we traded it from you guys.
Yeah, and he's horrible. I literally I could attest to that, bro.
I mean, look, we didn't expect Shake Milton to be a star, but a great role player to contribute with the Lakers. Yes or no?
No, bro, he's a bench warmer, bro. He was just a flyer. He was just a throw-in. The whole thing was for Dorian Finney-Smith. He was horrible. The players were horrible. I think JJ Redick first just and then you can continue. JJ Redick, I think, is a fantastic coach, even in the playoffs. I think he did what he like the Lakers. I think did a great job on Ant this postseason in most games. I know Game 4. I think he went for 44 or something like that. But Game 5, Anthony Edwards played horrible. Luka, his defense is still a concern. He doesn't try at all. And Austin Reeves was horrible this series. And Jackson Hayes is not an NBA center. He's not a starting center. So I don't know what Lakers fans.
Half the possession too.
Huh?
He does. On the defensive, like his defense assignment, he's pretty old. But he just gave up half the defensive assignments. He let the guy shoot the wide open three. LeBron.
Oh yeah, LeBron. Yeah, his defense has been questioned for the past few years. I feel like.
Thing is, why can't we just keep Luka, keep I would say keep Rui because he did all right. Keep LeBron, Austin Reeves, and get rid of everybody.
No,
Get rid of them.
I think.
Gabe Vincent was a bad pickup.
Yeah. He's horrible. I don't know what the Lakers saw in him. I think he's just a product of the Heat culture.
He needs to stay with the Heat. Like, what the heck? Everybody was horrible.
I think what the Lakers.
And it's outrageous.
I think the Lakers what they need to do.
If you're gonna wear a purple and gold, you gotta play like you're playing like the Lakers. This is unacceptable. Rotation's bad. You can't make your shot. Gabe Vincent was supposed to be a three-point specialist, like the guy from Australia. You know what his name is? I forgot his name. Gosh, you gotta help me out. It's late at night.
Who?
Holden.
This is horrible. Who?
Play sport. He's in your team.
The Nets?
Yeah.
D'Lo?
Patty Mills.
He's not on the Nets. What are you talking about?
Oh, he's in the Miami Heat, but he's
in the Clippers, bro.
Oh shit, for real?
But he doesn't play. He doesn't play at all. But
give us Patty Mills. He can shoot a three ball.
Bro, he's like 5'2". But so the Lakers obviously are in a position now where they have to win, right? Luka's there. I think he's a free agent next summer. And LeBron, who knows when his time is up. The Lakers have to get mainly a center. Well, obviously a center. That's their biggest need this year. And they can only get this player via trade because there's no free agent options. Unless you can roll again with Jackson Hayes. Because the center free agent
Miles Turner is a free agent. Freaking Thomas Bryant is a free agent.
He said Thomas Bryant.
This year.
I'm crying. Thomas Bryant.
Just pick both of them up. You got Miles Turner as a starter and have Thomas Bryant as a bench role. Come on.
Let me fact check you. Miles Turner is a free agent. I don't think the Lakers. You can't sign him. I don't think the Lakers don't have cap space. So
sign him for like 1 year.
Miles Turner's not going for a year contract, bro. He's gonna want his bread, bro. He's a very good player. He's gonna want his bread, bro.
Everybody wants their bread, but they don't want championship.
But I will say, right? The Lakers have assets to make a trade happen, right? So you could Dalton Connect, throw him again in there. You could throw Rui in there, Gabe Vincent, and they have their first round picks. So you can get, I think, some options. I mean, just to throw a few names out there. They can go to Mark Williams again. I don't know if that will happen. Nick Claxton for the Nets, I think, will be a really great fit for the Lakers.
He's expensive.
but you have to win now, bro.
Yeah, but why would like the Lakers already have like LeBron and oh wait, LeBron's gonna be a free agent this year, right?
That's why you have to make something happen now, and they need a center. And Nick Claxton, I think, would be a great
He
fit for the Lakers, and I would approve of the
Le,
trade. I think the
LeBron LeBron better take a 20 mil a 1 year contract, 20 mil.
yeah, you
Not
don't
that
want
40 mil.
yeah, no.
And if you did that, I'm literally gonna be mad. I'm legit gonna be mad.
Um, I think Nick Claxton would be a great fit for them. He's a great Luca first. Like he approves of Claxton in media and interviews before. He's a great lob threat, and he's gives you everything on defense. Walker Kessler is another guy from the Jazz. They just need a big man, and I think maybe they can make some noise. But
They need multiple big mans.
I will say,
Multiple.
I will say this: the Lakers better trade Austin Reeves because him and Luca they don't fit. Austin Reeves is not a good off-ball player. Austin Reeves is not a good defender. Luca is going to be mainly on ball. What did we see with the Mavericks last year in the final run? They got Luca. They had Kyrie, yes, but they surrounded Luca with defenders.
Three big mans. Three big mans.
That
PJ
can
Washington. The Wizards big men that got traded for him. Yo, they had three of them. Not one, three of them.
and that's what Luca, Austin Reeves. That's not a good back. That's food on defense. That's easy. That's cookies. So I think
That's
like
cookies.
yeah,
That's desserts.
exactly. Um, Going to the Eastern Conference, um, we'll run down the series. So Cavs, Heat sweep. I don't think we'll talk much about that. Heat are not talented enough.
Goddamn, it's goddamn awful. I wanted the Chicago Bulls, like
Me
I
too.
said, but then we got this shitty Miami Heat, right? So like that's over with. Pat Riley should just give up. Like DOA be president of operation for Miami Heat. There you go.
Yeah, the Cavs. It was just a complete no show. But the
Yeah,
Cavs,
yeah, yeah.
similar to the Thunder, they didn't have to try. So, it goes to the next series, which is Celtics Magic. I thought this was a good series, even though the Celtics won in five. I thought it was a competitive for the most part. Thought the Magic played them tough, but the Magic are just they're not that. They're not Boston. I think Paolo was okay. Franz was okay. But, the Magic desperately, similar as last year, they had the same issue. They got bounced in the first round last year, and I said in the offseason, and I'm going to talk about this because this gets me annoyed. The Magic, you know what they did? They kept the same roster. They just added KCP. Like, the Magic, what they need is a scorer, bro. Someone to help Paolo out. And they didn't do that. I mean, Jalen Suggs was out for the year, so that was a big loss for them on defense. But even with Jalen Suggs, I don't think this series would have been different. They need somebody that can consistently get a bucket, and they had options. Like they could have got D'Lo. Now D'Lo's not gonna. D'Lo's probably not helping them win the series, but it helps your team tremendously if somebody that can just go get a bucket. They could have got Dennis Schroeder. These guys were cheap for you. You could have got them, and they could have got Colin Sexton is another guy. I think all these guys make perfect sense for the Magic. And it gets me annoyed because I don't like the Celtics, but they did put up a good fight because they're a very tough team. But the same problems they had last year, they're going to this offseason with the same problems this year, and they need to find somebody that can damn score the ball. And Cole Anthony, he's a good bucket getter, but he's freaking 5'1", and he's not a consistent bucket getter at that too. They need somebody to help get Paolo. They need to help Paolo out there, because it's gonna get ugly if they keep running. They're gonna be a playing team basically if they keep the same team, and that's not something where you want to be. Like you're in the Eastern Conference, you could take advantage of these guys. And I said, and this is my last thing I'll say on this one. After last year's first round exit to the Cavs, where they lost in seven, it was a competitive series, but the offense didn't show up, and the offense didn't show up in the biggest moments. I said the Magic could be a big threat to the Celtics because they have Paolo, they have Franz, they have the defense. They just need a bucket getter, a consistent bucket getter. And now, hell no. And then now they're going into the same offseason with that same question. So the Magic better address that. And then if they do, the Magic can be a top 3 team in the East. I love their team. I love their coach. They just need that bucket getter guy. That's all I'll say about that.
They need James Harden.
Ooh, he's
That's it.
That's a good
That's
one.
all I'm gonna say. I mean,
That's a
he
good
better
one.
show up. He better show up.
That's a
All
really good
right.
one.
I don't have anything to say for this right now. I know the Celtics gonna win, but the Magic put up a good fight. That's all I'm
For
gonna say.
sure. I'm going to save the Knicks series for last because I'm going to go off on that one.
Cause I'm going off on that one.
No. Let's say that one for last because that was a
Yeah.
fun series. The fourth and fifth one. Who's that one? What am I thinking? Oh,
Bucks
the
and
Bucks and
Pacers.
Pacers. Oh, this is a good one. Wow, this was a feisty series, man. Even though it was over in five, it was a feisty series, man. Bucks. Well, first of all, Dame. Praise to him.
Dame tore his Achilles. Like prayers to him.
I feel bad for him, and he's mid 30s. He's gonna be out for the year next year. The Bucks are in probably one of the worst positions in sports right now. No picks, but we'll get into. Let me go off a little bit, and then you can have the floor because this series has definitely some repercussion effect, or is gonna have some effects after when the offseason happens. So, um, you know, the Bucks, Giannis had an amazing series. Like this guy, performance wise, he performed well. The Pacers could not stop him. But nobody else showed up in the Bucks. And you could feel it from Giannis. They lost in five to the same team they lost last year. But the Bucks are going into this offseason with Giannis on the. Is he gonna want out? Is he gonna request a trade? Shams reported that the Bucks will meet. I mean, Giannis and Bucks will meet after the year, or when the offseason happens, to see the next steps. But just talk about the series real quick. The Pacers, they're a really good team, man. Like I wasn't convinced on them before the playoffs. Like I know they're gonna be a good team, but they're a really good team. Their offense is lights out, and their defense is really good. Tyrese Halliburton had a really good series. Credit to him. Miles Turner had a really good series. Andrew Nembhard for the Pacers. I don't know if you're familiar with him, Deetz. Andrew Nembhard, that off ball two guard. That dude's a dog, and he's one of the best playoff role players. He just shows up in playoffs. Last year he had a really good playoffs, and in the first round he had some big shots. Um, but I really like the Pacers team. They will play the Cavs next round. I think game one is tomorrow, so that would be a good one. But shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, had an amazing closeout game. He in the clutch, he won that game for he won that game for them to go to the next round. So hell of a performance by him. Gary Trent Jr. had the weirdest game ever I've ever seen in my life in Game 5. He he was literally the reason why they won the game or winning the game, and then he was the exact reason why they lost the game. Two bad turnovers at the end of the game. But he hit like 10 threes. Like it was such a weird game from him. I thought he showed up well. Next thing honest, no one else showed up after him. But the Bucks are going, and I'll end it off with this: the Bucks are in the worst situation. They have no picks, no cap space, no avenue to get better, right? Their starting point guard, their 35, 36, however old Dame is, starting point guard is out for the year, and he's making a ton of money. So you can't get rid of him to get assets. And I think it's mostly likely that Giannis will ask out, and the Bucks can easily rebuild. They can trade Giannis. They can get so many picks. They can get their future back for sure if they trade Giannis. But if you trade Giannis, you're not going to be competing for a while. So the Bucks are in a weird position. The Bucks role players are not good, and Doc Rivers is their freaking head coach. Yeah, I think the Bucks are heading for an ugly divorce with Giannis, and especially after a bad first round loss. So I ended off on that one. What do you think about the playoff? What do you think about that series, Dates?
I feel like Tyler Halliburton, he just showed up. Everybody called him an overrated person, overrated player in the NBA. Overrate that. Yeah. I mean, we did talk about him, like how he's overrated and stuff like that. But he made two of the clutchest plays of all time. The only thing I didn't like about it at the end is his father talking shit to Giannis.
Yeah.
And that was heated. And now he got banned from Pacer
Well,
Arenas.
I don't want to cut you off, but that
That shit was funny as hell.
Bro, I swear, yo, yeah, after the game,
That shit was funny as hell. All you see is Giannis just looking at him,
he's like,
and then he's like, and the father was like, "Yeah, that's my son.
but
He kicked your ass."
that's the thing, bro. It's like I get it. And Giannis had a great answer, I think, in post game where he's talking about be humble. Now Giannis has some moments of himself where I, people are like, oh, Giannis was crying for the game ball last year when he wanted to fight the Pacers for taking his game ball away. Well, one, Giannis made history, so of course he wants that game ball. Whatever. And then I don't know if you saw this a couple weeks ago where Giannis was shimmying in Malik Beasley's face after blocking the game-winning shot. Did you see that? It's literally the last game of the year. And people are
Yeah.
like, oh, Giannis was dancing in front of, and he's talking about being humble. That was just a funny moment because Giannis and Malik Beasley were like really good friends. But yeah, man, John Morant's dad, who's at John Morant's game, who was at John Morant's every game. John Morant's dad, you've never seen him do that, right? He roots for his son, and it's great that you're happy for his son. And Giannis said that, yeah,
And then he laughs with the other. He laughs with LeBron and everybody else in the NBA.
exactly. John Morant's he's a perfect example of he roots for his son. He's excited that his son is making plays, but he'll never go to an opponent's face and start bragging or flexing.
Start talking shit,
So,
like
so like, what's
yo,
Tyrese Halliburton's dad doing? I mean, come on, bro. Giannis should have popped him. Real talk. Giannis should have like. Giannis was fighting, bro. Like he had his hand on Benedict Mathurin's head like this, bro. Remember? Did you see that?
nah. I saw him headbutting him, like almost about
No,
to
no.
headbutt him.
When Giannis with the play, he
Oh,
had his hand on his neck or his back of his head.
yo, he grabbed it like, yo, you don't mess with the Greek freak. You don't mess with the Greek
Bro,
freak.
he had a grip on that head, bro. Pause.
Yo,
But
Giannis, yo, nah, Giannis, yo, I no lie. This is what I feel about Giannis. Let me complete this thought. Giannis is in New York right now. He got a new house somewhere in the Hamptons. Congratulations, Giannis. Everybody's seen him in New York, time like around Manhattan, right? One of those five boroughs in New York City. So he's just chilling in New York. Is he gonna be a Knickerbocker? Hell the fuck no. Okay, that's number one. He's not gonna be a Knickerbocker. He will stay in New York in his rest of his life because it's a better opportunity for his kids. That's number one. Number two, I'm tired of talking about the Pacers and Bucks game. This is a rival game now on. If Giannis is still on the team, if Giannis is not still the team, this is what Giannis should do for free. Like if you're gonna have an ugly divorce with the Bucks, go to the Lakers.
come on, shut up, bro. What are you
No,
talking
no, no, no,
about?
no, no, no. Hold up. Go to the Lakers. Go to the Lakers. You're not going to the Lakers by yourself. Bring your whole family. Create a bloodline legacy. Create that legacy with the bloodline of the Greek freak. Greek freak 1, Greek freak 2, and Greek freak 3 or 4. Create that legacy. Bring it to the Lakers. Win back-to-back championship.
Okay, one, the Lakers don't have the assets.
No, 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 no. Hold on. When you win one, you're just gonna smash everybody in the league and get another championship. You do it again, smash them all, get the three-peat. Giannis, you will be the greatest Laker ever if you did that.
One, the Lakers don't have no assets to appease the Bucks. One, two, um, that's not happening. The Lakers are Bucks are gonna trade Giannis for Ruri, Connect, Reeves. Come on, bro. What are we doing here, bro? And y'all got Luca. Are you that greedy? You're a greedy person. You're a greedy person. You got Luca for nothing. Now you want Giannis? Stop. Come on, bro. Don't be greedy.
So the Warriors can have Jimmy Butler and I can't have
You
Giannis.
got Luca Doncic. What are you talking about? For nothing.
So they could have Steph Curry and Draymond Green with Jimmy Butler.
You
But
got
I
Luca.
I can't ask for Giannis to come to the
You
Lakers.
would ask, but you can't. You can't get him though.
What if we can get them?
You can't get him.
Anything is possible. Anything. And this is the game plan, Giannis. If you want to come to the Lakers, we'll sign every family member that's a pro.
Bro, you
We're
got.
gonna hold on.
Hold on, but wait,
We're
before
gonna
you say that,
create a whole.
before you say creating a whole legacy of bloodline, you don't believe in Bronny James? What about Bryce James? That's your legacy. That's your bloodline. You don't need
Hold
Lance's
on.
bloodline.
Hold on.
You're greedy.
No. Bryce is going through Arizona. Okay, we could create a multi-generation bloodline. The James family bloodline and the Antetokounmpo bloodline, and we could smash everybody in the league and win championships. That's my
funny.
promo for Giannis.
That's funny. Any more talk on the Bucks and Pacers before we go to the series I want to talk about the most?
Yes, but I want to open this up though. I'm done with the Bucks and Pacers, but let me open this up. Remember how he asked me, Trusky asked me, so I'm gonna name you all these players, and do you consider them, like, if you give them the ball, would you think they'll lead the team to the championship with the last second to make a clutch play?
No, I asked, do you think I asked, do you think these players could lead you to a championship?
Yes, you said that. You
Not
said
last
that.
play. Yeah, just check.
But it's the same thing, right? It's
No.
the same thing.
No.
No. Yes. In that podcast.
No, lead you to a championship, not to win a game, a championship. But go ahead.
Yeah. Whatever the case may be. He named me Shea Alex, whatever, Shea, the MVP of the league. I agree with him. Like, he's gonna be the player right now. But if he doesn't make it, I don't consider him. Ant-Man, I consider him that player. You didn't. He beat KD. He beat Jokic. This year he beat Luka and LeBron. Şengün or Curry's next. And then probably Shea's next. But you can't tell me Ant-Man's not that guy. Who else did you? I need to look at his TikTok again. Let's go through this TikTok.
Guy, well, you wanted to open up, you don't have me prepared.
No. No.
What you talking about?
It's a long list. I got the video.
Championship team.
We might have to pause the video.
Devin Booker. I said yes because he'd lead the team to the NBA Finals.
Where are you going with this,
CP
man?
CP3, and you said no. I'm keeping receipts. I am keeping receipts.
I see. Like, team scoring. I'll say that. No championship. Yes or no? Could he lead a team as a number one option to a championship? If I have to give the ball to him, make a clutch shot, yeah. The second name up, Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
I said yes.
It's a strong yes.
And you said no. And then you afterwards you said that's Cat's team.
I never said.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I never said that's Cat. I never said that's Cat's team. What are you talking about?
Yes, you did. You said Cat will lead
said
the. Yes, you did. No. Stop the Cat.
I never said
Stop
that.
the Cat.
I never said
No. True. Keep it. You have to be truthful now. Your name
never
is true.
said that was Cat's team.
Yo,
What are you talking about?
Don't make me expose you in TikTok, man.
Yeah,
I have a-
I never said that was Cat's team.
Yes, you did. You mentioned it in the whole hour podcast. You said, "Hey, Cat has a better chance of leading the Knicks to a championship."
I never said that, bro. What are
Yes, you
talking about?
did.
I never said that.
Yes, you did. And you also said I believe in Cat being that dude over Jalen Brunson.
I said Shay. I never said Cat.
No.
I said Shay.
No, you said now
I've
they
never
have Cat.
said Cat, bro. I've never
Yeah,
said Cat.
Hold on. No. You see what I have to do, man?
I
You see what
never
I have to.
said Cat. Why would I? I don't even like Cat as a player. I never said Cat could lead. No,
You said Cat will be a number one option over Jalen Brunson.
Never
Yes,
said
you
that.
did.
Never said
Yes,
that.
you did.
Never
We
said
could
that.
talk. We could definitely bring it up in the podcast. We could definitely rewatch it. We'll bring a zoom to this right now.
Disgusting. So what does this something to do with this? I never said Cat.
A zoom will tell you the truth. But you said Jalen Brunson is not that dude.
I don't think he's that dude to win the championship. I still stand on that. But I never said Cat. I never said nothing about Cat. But I still don't believe Jalen Brunson can lead you to win a championship. And I still agree.
So what they say did? He didn't went to the NBA Finals yet.
Shea's a better player than Jalen Brunson. What are you talking about?
Stop it! Stop it! Nah! No!
Shea's a better player than Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson won the Division I NCAA championship. Yes or no?
We're
With the
going to
Villanova team.
We're going to college now. That's what we're doing.
Yes. Did Shea win? No.
So Jalen
I got you
Brunson.
there.
So Jalen Brunson better than LeBron James. LeBron didn't go to college, but Jalen Brunson did, and he
I'm
won
not
Division
saying
One. Whatever.
that. I'm not saying
You just brought
I'm
it
not
up.
saying-
So what does college have to
I'm
do
not
with this?
saying that.
What does college have to
I'm
do
not
with this?
saying.
Who cares
I'm
about
not
college?
saying that. They both went to college, man.
Huh?
They both went to college.
But what does college
Yes
have
or
to do
no?
with anything? Who cares?
That means-
Who's the better player right now?
Jalen Brunson right now. Listen, you cannot tell me that. Look, here's the thing. Both of them didn't make it to the championship team game, yeah? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, you agree with that. But you say Shea only made it to the Western Conference.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Right? So Jalen Brunson didn't. You could compare both of them as the same tier of being the player that could bring their championship, bring their team to the championship game. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all I'm gonna say is, we're gonna rewatch this podcast. That we talked about Jalen Brunson not leading the team to a championship game or the series, whatever the case may be. Because I'm hyper right now. I do not. I'm gonna say this. Jalen Brunson is that man for the New York Knicks. Yes, he is. Don't say it's Cat. Don't say it's Mike Bridges. Don't say it's Houdini or Josh Hart, or Mitchell Robinson. But Jalen Brunson is a bad man. Okay. Jalen Brunson didn't let the Piston game go to Game 7. Yes or no?
Sure.
There you go. Jalen Brunson scored the last minute play to advance the Knicks to the next series. Yes or no?
Sure.
Okay, there you go. And now,
What does that prove?
hold on. And now you're gonna agree with me that Cat didn't show up for his team, but
Care
Jalen
about
Brunson.
Cat. Why you keep saying Cat? I never said that. I never said Cat's a great. I
Yes,
never
you
said
did.
That.
Yes, you
What are you
did. No,
talking
you said
about?
something about Cat. You
No.
said something about Cat.
Never said
I'm
Cat.
gonna bring it up in the next podcast.
Never said Cat.
Quote unquote. I'm
Bring
gonna
it,
make
please.
it. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll definitely do that.
Bring it.
Cause I need a lawyer. I need an attorney. You better bring your attorney, man. I don't know who's your attorney, but my attorney's gonna be Harvey Specter. He's gonna play. He's not gonna play against the odds. He's gonna play against you, the man.
Okay. So.
But anyways.
Okay. Let's see. Jalen Brunson's playoff stats this season. The first game, game 5, by the way, he scored 16 points. He went 4 for 16 from the field, by the way. First game, 34 points, 12 for 27. That's under 50%. Second game, 37, 12 for 27. Same thing, under 50%. Third game, 30 points, 9 for 20. Mind you, he averaged about 10 free throws a game. Foul baiter. Fourth game, 32 points, 13 for 26. Good game. Fifth game, 16 points, 4 for 16. Horrible game. And then this last game, 40 points, 15 for 33, less than 50%. Jalen Brunson takes a lot of shots. Jalen Brunson also foul baits. Jalen Brunson is a very good player, but they nearly lost to Detroit. I don't want to hear nothing about this. Shea's a better player. Shea's a far more dominant player. Jalen Brunson, have you forgotten, Deetz? Jalen Brunson lost to the Pacers last year in the second round, where the Knicks should have won.
Everybody
Have you
was
forgotten?
hurt. They played
sure.
hurt.
Oh, okay. So the Thunder played a very dominant Dallas team, and Shea had a really great series, and they still
But
lost.
didn't get the job done. They didn't get the job done.
Yeah, I'm sure if
Okay.
I'm sure if they're playing the Pacers, they would have swept them.
Even yeah, because that's the thing. They would. I'm not gonna say they won't. They would.
How is Jalen Brunson better than Shea when you lost to a worse team in the second round?
Hold on. Let's bring up Shea's stats right now during the series. The 4-0. The first game against Memphis. Oh, 23 minutes.
He didn't have to though. I just told you
Oh,
that.
no. That's your star player that you want to talk about. 4 for 13. 30% from the field goal range. 1 for 7 from the 3-point line. 14.3%. Oh my God. True. Oof.
They
Game
swept
1.
them, though. Talking about
Yeah,
they
his
swept
team
them.
helped him. His
They-
team helped him.
They swept them.
Stop it. His team helped him. His team helped him. Second game. 38 minutes. 10 for 29. 34.5% from the field goal range. 3 for 10. 30% for 3. But a good game. 27 points. Yeah. Yeah.
They swept them. I don't know what your point is. They swept.
I
them.
don't care. I don't care.
One guy swept, his team swept them. The other guy went to.
Hold
6
on,
games.
hold on,
What are you talking about?
hold on. 40 minutes. 10 for 26. 38.5%. Not bad, but could be better. 2 for 7 from 3. 28% from 3. You know the math. 9 for 9 from the field goal, for foul line. He's doing the same shit as Jaylen Brown, right? Yeah? I just need a yes or no question.
What is your question?
He's doing the same shit as Jaylen Brown, going through the flopping, going through the free throw line. Yes?
No.
Yeah? No.
Shea gets
Yeah.
actual fouls.
No. Shea would put his hand under somebody's armpit and be like, foul!
Because they're.
You know that.
No.
You know the
Shea's
fact.
getting actual fouls. Shea's not foul baiting. Shea's getting actual fouls.
No. Shea creates those fouls. Shea does create those
Smartly.
fouls.
Smartly.
No. Dumbly. Everybody in the video can see that. Like, let's not take away foul creators. Like, offensive, like foul creator artistical. Okay? Let's not take away that. But for 9 for 9, not bad. He had 31 points. Oh, he didn't play that much. PF is personal foul, right? Yeah, he didn't. He was in foul trouble. Oh my God. Huh. Well, he can't defend. Memphis, last game. 38 minutes. 54.2%. 1 for 4 from the 3. 25% from the 3 line. 11 for 13. 13 from the free throw line. 11 points he got. 38 points. So now let me say something. You cannot say Shea doesn't do the same thing as Jaylen Brown. You cannot say you cannot say Shea can lead a team to a championship. You cannot say that because the stats prove it. He's not putting up at least 40% from the field goal range. Yeah? 40% of the field goal percentage. He's not shooting a great 3-point percentage as well. You can't say that Shea can carry it. Like, I'm gonna say this: Shea might carry a team to a championship game before Jalen Brunson. But as of right now, his stats with the stats what we're looking at, you think he could go outbeat Anthony Edwards, who played a terrible game and still came out of that series?
They swept them.
I don't care if they swept him or not.
He didn't have to
last
try.
game-
I've said this before. They
No,
didn't have to
he
try.
He has to
are you
try for
talking
the last
about?
the last two games. He did have to try. He had to put 31 and 38. If he didn't try, he would have been averaging like his points would have been 27 or 15, like game 1 and game 2.
They got the job done. He won. Who cares?
Okay, and Jalen Brown got the job done.
They
Who
won in
cares?
6 games to a Detroit team that were struggling as well. What are we talking about?
So what? Cam Cunningham came to fight. How come John Moran didn't came to fight?
John Morant was playing hard. Cade Cunningham didn't show up in the biggest moments, which I wanted to talk about.
What?
Cade Cunningham choked.
Yo,
and I'm
John
disappointed.
Morant has no. John Morant has playoff experience. He kicked the Warriors' butt before he got his ass whooped by the Lakers 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something around that age, that timeline. Yes or no?
But what you mean? John Morant was good this playoff series though.
So how come he didn't get the job done?
He got hurt.
Doesn't matter.
What you
Jalen
mean?
Brunson was hurt. Jalen Brunson was hurt too.
What?
He did roll. Jalen Brunson rolled his ankle during the series, and he played through it.
1-1-1-1. It's a difference when John Morant being hurt when you're down 2-0, and then Jalen Brunson being hurt when they're up 3-2. What are we talking about?
So what? He played through injuries.
The Grizzlies were down. The Knicks were up.
Same shit. He could have pulled one game at least.
And he had a freaking dirty injury by Lou Dort. But hold on, man. I think we're striving away from the topic, right? Because SGA won. SGA's been resting. He's been chilling in his crib for since last weekend. Jalen Brunson, they've been chilling in the crib for 24 hours.
He better show up for Jokic because Jokic is gonna clean his ass.
I got the Thunder
Yeah.
in 5.
Oh, no. I got the Nuggets in 5. I'm hungry for some nuggets, man. Yo, Stripper, you got some chicken nuggets?
This guy. But let's talk about the actual series. Because Shane, Jalen Brunson. Let's go about the actual series, Knicks versus Pistons. And I got one thing to say about this one. Cade Cunningham disappointed me. The Pistons should have won this series. I think the Pistons were the better team in this whole series. I think, but their inexperience. I don't want to talk about inexperience, bro, because they just choked.
Wait. How is Cade Cunningham disappointed in you? Against the Knicks, he played 44 minutes, put up 23, 9 for 22. Oh, yeah, he didn't shoot well from the three-point line, but he tried his best. Which
game was that one?
May 1st game. Game 6, okay?
Okay, so game 6. Okay, so let's just start right there before you go and continue. Because that's what I'm talking about. Let me just start there before you continue, because that's what I'm talking about.
Go.
His disappointment. Cade Cunningham is a really good player. He disappointed in that series. You know why? Because he went cold in the fourth quarter. You know who didn't go cold? Your boy, Jalen Brunson. I think Cade Cunningham is better than Jalen Brunson. And the fact that he couldn't go bucket for bucket because the fact he couldn't go bucket for bucket with Jalen Brunson disappointed me. Cade Cunningham, that's your moment to shine. This is the playoffs. You have to put on for your damn team. You have to win in that game. Jalen Brunson won the game. Jalen Brunson won the series for his team. Cade Cunningham ran cold. That's the difference. Cade Cunningham disappointed me, and he looked froze. He froze up. Let's just keep it what it is. I think he's going to get better. The Pistons will be a better team. He's going to use this moment as a learning experience and then get better next year. But the fact is, the Pistons should have won this series. They should have won. You know why? Game 1, Pistons were up 8 in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks went on 21-0 They lost. Game 3, I think the Knicks played better than the Pistons in Game 3. They deserved to win. Game 4, the Pistons were up in the fourth quarter, and they choked at the end of the game. Game 6, Pistons were up in the fourth quarter, and they choked. This series should have been over. Pistons should have won. They were the better team in 5 out of the 6 games, and at the end of the games, they freaking choked. And Cade Cunningham was the start of that. And yeah, and he disappointed me. Jalen Brunson won the game for credit to him. He had a hell of a game 6 and one of the best shots I've seen in the clutch.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit for that. Cade Cunningham disappointed me. And here's my thing. And this, I'm going to end it off here because I was planning to bring this up, and I'm going to ask you this question, Deez, about this series.
Yeah.
One thing that gets me annoyed. No, sorry. One thing I don't understand from NBA coaches. Jalen Brunson. The Knicks had the last possession in the end. 20 seconds left, no shot clock, game's tied. Knicks can hold out for the last shot. As an NBA coach, that's Jalen Brunson. He was the clutchest person of the year. He won that award, right? The clutch person of the year, clutch player of the year award, whatever. Everybody, I know, everybody watching, everybody in the arena, every person knows that shot is going to Jalen Brunson, right? Asar Thompson was the primary defender on Jalen Brunson. Asar Thompson is one of the better defenders in the league. Give him credit. As an NBA coach, why are you letting Jalen Brunson go one-on-one to win the series? I don't care who you have on defense. I don't care who you have. Why doesn't JB Bickerstaff, the Pistons head coach, why aren't you doubling Jalen Brunson in that moment? I'd rather Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart. Remember, Cat fouled out that game. I'd rather them 3 guys. I could go home sleeping that night. Damn, we lost we lost in the first round because Mikal Bridges hit a shot. We lost in the first round because OG Anunoby hit the game-winning shot. Josh Hart the game-winning shot. Under no circumstances I'm letting Jalen Brunson get that shot off. He said he let one-on-one go. Send a double team. Send somebody to get the ball out of his hands, and anybody, I'll live with any other Knicks player hitting that shot. I'll live at that. I could go to sleep knowing, listen, we lost, we had a great whatever, but they just hit it open. Whoever hit the shot, you willingly let Jalen Brunson get the game-winning shot with no defensive help? Why don't coaches think that? And you saw what happened. Jalen Brunson had a really good move. Open shot, as wide open as possibly could be. I don't understand that. I don't understand that method. I don't understand that strategy. Again, Asar Thompson, great defender, one-on-one defender. I get it. But this is the playoffs we're talking about. Jalen Brunson hits a shot, your season's over. I'm not letting Jalen Brunson get that shot off. And I'm not letting Jalen Brunson touch that ball. And they just let him get the ball willingly one-on-one. And the rest is history. That's all I gotta say about that series. And so, my bad. 2 biggest things. Don't know why you let Jalen Brunson get that last shot at the end of the game. Horrible call by the Pistons coaching staff. 2, Cade Cunningham, disappointment.
Listen, it's his first playoff experience, okay? He's doing way better than freaking Jalen Green, okay? In terms of stats. Yes. You can't say anything about that, number 1. Number 2, I understand he's not doing anything, but like this dude put up like 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block for his final game before exiting from the playoffs.
Okay, bro. We're crediting Cade Cunningham for blocks. You're a bucket getter. Go get a bucket with Jalen Brunson. You couldn't do that. Don't talk to me about blocks or rebounds. Don't talk to me about none of that, bro. You're the best player on the team. You're a LeBron fan. What did LeBron do? Go get a bucket. Kyrie, go get a bucket. Luka got all these guys. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. He can't lead the team. He can definitely lead the team. Whatever. What do? They go get buckets to win the games in the playoffs. What did Cade do? Stop you talking about rebounds,
okay.
bro? Rebounds? He got rebounds,
dude.
Come on, bro.
Dude, what do you expect? If you can't make a bucket, you gotta do something else.
What?
You gotta do something else if the bucket's not falling.
The playoffs are all about a bucket. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you also have to contribute to other things instead of like just focusing on scoring.
He's the lead. He's the lead guy. What are you talking?
Okay,
about?
so why? You saw Anthony Edwards like not doing great during the Lakers season, but he was doing his part, like making sure he's playing defense and stuff like that.
He said, as long as he's getting rebounds, that's something. No. Anthony Edwards was horrible last year against the Mavericks. He was horrible. I don't care if he has good defense. I don't care if he had 5. He was horrible. He couldn't score against the Mavericks. He deserved every hate. He deserved the slander for that series. Now, which is just Anthony Edwards shot horrible in Game 5. It doesn't matter. They won and they were up 3-1. Pistons were down 3-2, and Cade Cunningham didn't get the job done. He went cold. Jalen Brunson was heating up. Give me a break, man. Cade Cunningham, disappointment. Disappointed in you, bro. Credit to you. You had a great year. You had a really good year. But in the playoffs, that's your moment. That's your moment.
It's just a learning experience, bro. It's not that big of a deal.
It is a big of a deal because I hate the Knicks.
Bro, he's making 20. Like what? He's making good money. We're just like we're just talking about him, man. Like, dude, let him be. He's gonna figure this shit out. You got it, bro. Whatever you want to say, man.
Got mad. Bro said he's making $1 million a year. You can't. Would you? I don't care how much money he makes. That's how I know you'll be a bad player. You'll be a bad player and a bad coach. Hey, your team could lose a Game 7, and you look at your star player. Hey, bro, you're making $40 million a year. We'll be good. Players will lose faith in you.
Yeah,
you're not in it for. You're not in it for the right things. You're just in it for the money. That's bad on you, bro.
Bro, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, dude, it's his first playoff experience, bro. Like, he's gonna learn eventually. And I bet you, like, I really would bet you this right now, that Cunningham will get off from the first round, okay? Just give him some time, man. He's just, this is his third season?
Okay. Interesting. So, Tyrese Halliburton is second year in a row, made it to the second round. Who else? Thunder making it to the second round. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Evan Mobley making it to the second round. Jalen Green possibly making it to the second round. In their first experiences. But Cade Cunningham.
Okay. Jalen Green. Hold on.
Give him all the slack.
Hold on.
Okay, it's a learning experience.
No.
For other guys, it's not a learning experience. For other guys, it's not a learning experience. But Cade Cunningham, it's a learning experience. Other guys isn't though.
No. Time out.
Tyler Hero.
Jalen Green. No.
Devin Booker went to the finals.
No. Jalen freaking Green. He's doing ass in the playoff, and he's not scoring like Cade Cunningham.
He had 38 points game 2.
No. That's game 2.
No.
That's just one game. This dude's averaging at what? Let's see. Postseason. He was averaging 25 for the postseasons. Let's look at Jalen Green's numbers in the postseason right now. If you want to talk about this. Let's talk about this.
Cade Cunningham.
No.
Shot 18%.
I don't. No. I don't want to hear it from you talking about, all this bad shit about Cunningham because you wanted the Pistons to win, and now when he didn't score the buckets that he needed to in the last minute. You think he got next year, bro? It's not like he's old and he just got into the playoffs. Like postseason, Jalen Green has 14.2 in the postseason.
His team
and he's not a bucket, but he's not a bucket getter either.
He dropped 32 points in game 2. 38 points in game 2.
That's 32 points in game 2.
38, get it right.
Whatever the case may be. But look at game 6.
Okay, so
game 6 he drops 12. Game 5 he drops 11. Yeah. Game 4 he drops 8. Game 3 he drops 9. What type of numbers are those?
At least he's getting shots up. But not like Cade, who's freezing.
Getting shots up.
Who's giving the ball to Luke Beasley.
Shots up. No. No. Getting shots up? Are you kidding me? Jalen Green should have been like the leading scorer for the Rockets, but he's not. Who is it? Van Lee, whatever his freaking last name is. What's Shangoon doing the playmaking?
Okay, so answer this question though. So Tyrese
No.
Halliburton.
Can we drop? Can we legit drop this? It's like pretty late at night. We can talk about this another day.
No. I'm
Because
gonna finish it off.
you-
I just want to ask you this question. Then we can just answer this question.
Okay,
And then we can end this off. So you talk about Kate Cunningham's learning experience. Okay, Tyrese Halliburton went to the second round. Did he not in his first 2 years? First playoff experience went to the second round, right? Evan Mobley, second round. Anthony Edwards been to the third round. That's to the championship. That's to the conference championship. All Cade's Cade's counterparts, Anthony Edwards, all Cade's people within his age or first playoff experience, whatever the case is, they've done more.
No.
But you're saying, Kid, give him some slack, bro. It's his first player. It's a learning experience. Other players in the they accomplished that. But Cade, come on, bro. Don't be biased, bro. Don't be biased, bro.
Me bias? Me bias right now? You're over here giving him shit. At least he put 23. No. You know who deserve it? Jalen Green. I don't care
He's about
if
to
he's
go to the
playing
second
game
round
6
tomorrow.
or game 7, but the shit that he's putting up is atrocious.
My man, you said, oh, he's just getting rebounds and assists. Your best player, you're fine with your best. Okay, you're fine with your best player not showing the ball well on offense. But hey, man, it's okay. At least you get 6 rebounds and 9 assists. That's okay for you, even though you're a best player. And
That's better than Anthony, whatever is from Ben Simmons, like choking up, not scoring the
Ben
ball, trying to
Simmons.
stand up. Yeah, I'm
about
talking
Ben
about Ben
Simmons.
Simmons. No. At least Kid Cunningham had a courage to put up some goddamn shot. Unlike Ben Simmons, thinking about, let me put up let me assist that shit.
it's another one. Trae Young, what's the championship round? All right, Deetz. You got it, bro. You got it. Give Kate Cunningham some slack. But all these other counterparts, all these other colleagues went farther than him in his first playoffs experience. But let's get Kate Cunningham his slack. He lost in the first round.
He's okay. Hold on. No.
Give me a break.
He's leading the Detroit Pistons. Yes or no?
To a 6th seed, and who choked.
No. Hold. Wait, you're talking about my team?
No, he led the Pistons to a 6th seed who choked. So what are you talking about? He led them.
They're gonna lose, obviously. They're the 6th seed.
They were better than the Knicks in the 90% of the
not.
series. Yes, they were. They were.
No, they're not.
My point is, in the fourth quarter,
Actually, wait,
when it was time
wait.
to get buckets, Cade did not show up. He didn't show up. Jalen Brunson did. Cade didn't. Tyrese Halliburton showed up. He won the game. He won the series for the Pacers. But Cade can't do that. Trae Young did that. He can't do that. And Cade did that.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Okay, let me say this. Did Cade Cunningham put up the shots and it didn't fall for him? Let's be honest.
He froze. He couldn't go bucket for bucket with Jalen Brunson.
Did he put up a bucket?
No.
Try to put no. Meaning he didn't he tried to score, but it didn't go through.
Yeah, he got locked up. Couldn't make nothing. Dude, how much is Cade Cunningham paying you to defend him, bro? How much is he paying you? Since you want to talk about his money so bad. Okay, so why are you defending him? Deetz, you're a fair guy. Call out bad basketball when you see it. You just went on the rim about Shea's doing this and he's shooting 15% and 24% and 26% and 19%.
But that's Shea.
But
Okay,
Cade
hold
Cunningham,
on.
it's okay for him? Come on, bro.
Hold on. The reason why I say this shit about Shea because he's gonna win the MVP. Number 1. Number 2, you were glazing Shea right now. Like you were glazing Shea when you said Shea is the only person that'll lead the team to a championship. Right? That's what you said.
I did say that.
But he didn't do the job. So that's why I'm going to put him in accountability. He's been playing in the league for 5 years, 5 to 6 years. I don't know how long he's been playing. I know you know the stats. But you gotta give cutting some props at least. I'm giving him some props.
For what? For what? Tell me for
First
what.
off, this is me being very positive. Okay, the thing is, this is his first year going to the playoffs, just like Jalen Green. And I know that Jalen Green's not the leading scorer for the Rockets. But you're over here talking about how Jalen Green's going to go advance to the second round. But Jalen Green only put 38 points up in one game,
Okay.
right? While Cunningham has to put his team in the back, putting up like at least 20 plus points. He's averaging 25 in that series. You're not giving him props for that?
No.
Look, listen, if he scored 11, 12, and averaging 15, I would like, yes, you could get on his case. But he's putting up 25 as average. He attempted a shot at least. He wasn't like choking like Ben Simmons, like thinking about, should I pass or score? Yes, and this is his first playoffs. His very first playoff. Same thing as Jalen Green.
But you know the difference is Jalen Green's not the best player on his team. Cade is.
Okay, but everybody had a high expectation that Jalen Green should be the best player on that Rockets team.
But he's not.
He's not. But everybody in the media says that. That during that first year, the rookie year. Tell the truth.
Bro, what? That first year with the Rockets, nobody's on that team besides Jalen Green.
Yeah, but didn't you guys expect him to be a star player?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think he's one of
Then
the,
you guys.
I think he's one of the better bucket getters in the league, yeah. What are you talking about?
We're talking about bucket getters. If he was a bucket getter, he would have been getting like at least 20 plus points as an average in this series. But he's not. Because he has Şengün. But he has Şengün and Fred VanVleet. If it was different. But wait. If it was different and he put up 11 and 12, wouldn't you just say like, okay, it's his first year in the playoffs? You would defend him. You would defend. Look.
You're not understanding me. Jalen Green, I get it. He's not having the best playoffs in the world. But Jalen Green, I could say it's his first experience. You know why? Because he's not the best player on the team. He's not. Cade is the best player on his team. And when you're in the playoffs, you want look Jalen Brunson. Is Jalen Brunson the best? Is Jalen Brunson who's the best player on the next team? So give me the answer. Brunson.
Yeah, Brunson.
What did he do? He won the series. Cat had a bad series. But Jalen Brunson won that series. Who's the best player on the Nuggets team? Jokic. He won the series. Did Russell Westbrook win the series? No. Your second, third, fourth best player is not going to win you the series. It all depends on your best player on the team. So this kid Cunningham and Jalen Green. Jalen Green, I could say it's a learning experience because Jalen Green's not the best player on the team. Şengün is. So Jalen Green definitely is concerning. He's definitely has some, if they lose, he's a big part of that. But it's not to the light of Cade Cunningham, who's the best player on his team. And when Jalen Brunson was making the shots, Cade Cunningham was missing. And Cade Cunningham froze up in the fourth quarter. And Cade Cunningham, by the way, you're the first overall freaking pick. You're the first overall pick. You were chosen to lead this team. Jalen Green was the second overall pick. But Jalen Green isn't the best player on his team. He's not. It's Şengün. And there's guys like VanVleet and Dylan Brooks and Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson, to me, is better than Jalen Green. So Jalen Green, realistically, is the third best player on the Rockets. Cunningham is the first, and Cade didn't just disappoint. Disappointing in the series.
All right, let's.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna give him. I'm not gonna give him the. It's the learning experience. I'm not gonna give him that because, like I said, and I keep saying, and I'm ending off this. Tyrese Halliburton, Trae Young, Anthony Edwards, all these other guys, in their first playoff experience, they won games. They won series. They advanced. So don't give me that, bro. And notice. Tyrese, Trae, Anthony Edwards, what are they, Deetz? Are they Jalen Green level? Or the second, third, fourth best player on the team? No, they're the best player on their team. They're the leader. They led their team to win games. Cade didn't. So don't give me the benefit. Don't give me it's a learning experience. Screw that. Paolo won more games last year in the first round. And he's the leader of that. He's the best player on the team. He won more games.
God, no, what?
He went
What?
to 7 games.
What?
He went to 7 games with the Cavs last year.
Well, that was the
dude.
Cavs. What about this year?
Come
He
on,
didn't
dude.
learn. What about this year? You should
They're
give more
playing
shit
Boston. They're the best team. Like, arguably the best
to...
team in the
So
league.
fucking what?
Oh my god, dude.
He didn't go bucket for bucket.
How much is Cade paying?
Yo, he's not going bucket for bucket like Jalen Brunson is.
How much is Cade paying you?
How much is Paulo paying you?
Probably ain't paying me nothing.
Exactly.
He's done more in the playoffs than Cade Cunningham. I'll give you that, though.
No, he did it because if it's his second year of playoffs, he could have did the same, had won 2 games against the Celtics.
Listen, and again, it's getting late, so I'm gonna end it off this. I'm gonna end it off. I keep saying
No.
I keep saying I'm gonna end it off right here. But listen, a perfect example. If, like you said, if Cade Cunningham did everything he could have done, but maybe his teammates were horrible, and I would give him respect. What I say earlier in this podcast, I said Shea last year against the Mavericks when they lost. Shea was amazing that series. They just played a better team. Giannis was amazing the first round of the series. They just played a better team. The Pistons were a better team than the Knicks, and they lost. So I'm not gonna give Cade credit. I'm not gonna give Cade the benefit of the doubt where it's his first experience. They should have won that series. They were the better team. Watch the playoff games over again. The Pistons were better. They folded in the biggest moments, and it starts with their leader. So I'm not gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give these other guys the benefit of the doubt because they were actually amazing, and their team and the players around them sucked, and they were the better team. I mean, they were playing against a better team. Pistons were a better team. Cade folded. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Let's. If you want to bring up number 1 picks and how Cade Cunningham should be the leader for that team, let's talk about Anthony Davis, number 1 draft pick for the Pelicans. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened during his? When did he went to the playoffs? When did he go to the playoffs? Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head.
His first playoff was when Boogie got traded to the Pelicans. I think the second year with the Boogie when Boogie got injured. No, when Boogie got injured.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, it did. That was his very first playoffs.
No, it wasn't.
And yes, it was. It was against the Warriors.
No, it wasn't.
Remember,
AD went before him.
No, he didn't.
AD went to the playoffs before Boogie got there.
No, he didn't. No.
They gotta fact check you. AD did.
Nope. I need Copilot. I was gonna say ChatGPT, but
Let's see. His first playoff game was okay, that was against the Warriors, but but he played the Warriors twice.
no, he didn't.
Well, yes, he did. It was 2015.
When
Boogie got there like 2017, bro. What are you talking about?
AD played his first playoff.
Bro, 2015 against the Warriors. Boogie was not there. Boogie got traded in 17 or 18.
Hold on.
Come on, bro. Capping on live.
Hold on. No. I'm not capping on live. This is not live. This is pre-recorded.
Whatever, you're capping.
Number 1. I'm not even capping. 25. Oh shit. Who was his teammates? Okay, yeah, I didn't know.
Come on, bro.
But would you give AD the shit that you give Cunningham?
They played the Golden State Warriors, who won the championship that year. You failing my point.
And they played an experienced Knicks team.
But Pistons were the better team.
No, they're not.
Oh my god.
You can't just say that the Villanova Knicks are not better than the freaking
Yeah, bro. I watched that
Detroit
play. I
Pistons.
watched every single game of that playoff series, and every single game the Pistons were better. They just folded at the
Oh
biggest
my God.
moments.
You're just so biased.
I'm not biased.
Come on, man.
How am I biased? Did you watch the playoffs? I don't think you did.
No, I didn't even. I don't have time for that shit.
What the freak are you talking about?
I'm just
Come
like
on, dog.
following the news and stuff like that. But
Come
like
on, dog.
to be honest, like yo, come on, this is cutting his first playoffs. He could do
I'm not
better,
gonna.
yes, but like, how much more do you want him to do? Drop 40 and still lose?
I want him to make the buckets at the end like he's supposed to, and goes to the next round and play Boston.
So I wanted AD to do the same thing when he was a first round pick. He's like the first pick of his draft class, and he went up against the Warriors. I
Yeah.
wanted him to like at least drop 40, 10, and 10, but he didn't.
Because they went up against a team that was better than them. What are you not understanding, bro? You not understanding my? Are you understanding my point? Yes or no?
But you're
Are you?
talking about the more experienced Knicks
I'm
team
not saying more
in the
experience. I'm not
playoffs.
saying experience. I think that's where you're getting it wrong. I'm saying the more better team. The Warriors were way better than the Pelicans were the 8th seed, I think, at that time. The Pelicans, Warriors, they won the championship that year. That was Curry's unanimous MVP season. The Warriors were clearly the better team. Pistons were the better team. The Pistons were the better team. They lost. Other people I
Okay,
mentioned, they weren't the better team.
if you watch ESPN, if you're like these online betters, everybody said the Knicks was the best, like the best team to win that series. Yes or no?
Before the series, yes. Watching the games, no.
Before the series, yes. Watching the game, that's like watching the game. But we all know the Knicks gonna kick their butts.
Oh Lord, this kid. This dude, bro. You're not
All right,
understanding what I'm saying.
no. I'm not gonna. I didn't even watch the game, so I'm not gonna tell you like you know.
What are we
This is what I'm
doing here,
saying.
bro?
We spent 40 minutes to talk about this,
You
and
got me hot.
I'm done with it. Yeah, but you got me hot too. You're over
Hell,
here.
bro.
You're over here like
Whatever Kate's
you're
paying you, I
talking
need to
so
be.
much.
Whatever Kate's paying you, I need that money, bro. Come on, bro. Help me out, bro.
Talk to Jalen Green, because you're defending him a lot.
Yeah, he's still playing, bro. What are we
I
talking
don't
about?
care.
He's still
You should
playing.
you should invoice Jalen Green that money.
Nah, Jalen Green got my loyalty off free, bro. You're defending
That's
somebody for
true.
money, bro. I'm defending off love.
To be honest, bro, I have to send him this invoice. All right, let me do that.
Well, I think that's going to end this podcast. It's 1 a.m.
No.
1 a.m., bro.
Playoff predictions, man.
Oh, the second round. Oh yeah, we can go rapid fire.
Yeah.
Playoff prediction second round. So we both have Rockets winning tomorrow. So we'll advance them. Okay, so Eastern Conference we have the Cavs and Pacers. How many games? Who wins?
Pacers, game 7.
Really? I like it. I'm going Cavs, and I'm going Cavs in 6. I think Cavs are more the dominant team, and they have. I think they'll shut them up. Okay. Um, Knicks and Celtics. I hate both these teams so badly. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Villanova Knicks.
Oh my God, bro! You are biased, man. What? How many games?
Knicks in 5.
Even though they beat them. Okay. I'm going Celtics in 5. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a sweep. Because Celtics did sweep them in the regular season. Western Conference, we have the Thunder Nuggets. I already gave my prediction earlier in the podcast. I said Thunder in 5.
Said Nuggets in 5. You're not gonna stop Jokic.
We both have the Rockets winning tomorrow to advance. So we have Rockets and Wolves. I'm going Wolves in 6.
I'm going Wolves in 4.
Wow. Do you want to? Okay, you know what? We'll wait for the second round and then we'll go from there. Okay, so
Oh.
I have Cavs, I have Celtics, and then I have Thunder, and I have Wolves. You have Pacers, Knicks, so you're taking the underdogs in both series, and the Nuggets and the Wolves. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have all underdogs basically except the Wolves. No, the Wolves are underdogs too. So you have all underdogs in your in your second round bracket. I only have the Wolves.
To be honest, Jokic is a true MVP of this league. He's way better than Shea, and he has a championship over Shea. So take that.
we'll see. I think the Nuggets don't match up well with the Thunder, but it's gonna make it up. But that's another podcast. They got hot with Kate Cunningham. Kate Cunningham do better. Jalen Green make me happy. Um,
And shout out to Z watching the podcast.
thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, playoffs are interesting, and subscribe, like, comment, follow, share your thoughts on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that. You know what I'm saying? Everything True Territory Pod on social media. Everything True Territory Pod. Everything. So, with that, see you guys later. Any final words, Deetz?
Good night. I'm going to sleep.
Peace.
Peace.